He's like, hey, you're getting a good point.
Hold on.
And then when it starts, I'm quiet. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we're going to cover that. I'm going to take my shoes off. Oh, which one's shoes?
The wireless.
Who's got the? You guys got the wireless on? Oops. Hello? Just let us know to check.
In the United States dies every 5 minutes to a drug overdose. This is according to the American Medical Association. This is a primary reason why families and friends gather Saturday to walk and raise awareness on drug overdose. In the United States dies every 5 minutes to a drug overdose. This is according to the American Medical Association. This is a primary reason why families and friends gather Saturday to walk and raise awareness on drug overdose.
I was just checking right now. I want to see I'm just gonna answer, girl. I go with the flow. Are my lashes stuck or no? Are they okay?
Yeah, I put it. The white on top.
It looks okay. I'll get it quick, girl.
In the United States dies every 5 minutes to a drug overdose. This is according to the American Medical Association. This is a primary reason why families and friends gather Saturday to walk and raise awareness on drug overdose.
It was all the start. Go. And then right on top.
Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Offbeat and Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your boy, Louis D. And today, we have a pretty cool, educated episode on, it's going to be Overdose Awareness Day on Saturday. So, we have 3 guests today to talk about, some experiences and what the event's going to be about on Saturday. So, all right, let's go ahead and introduce our guest.
All right, I'm Amanda Sharkey, a member of the Cocoa Putt Tribe, and I'm glad to be here with you, Luis, and my girls.
Hi. Hello, everybody. My name's Myra. A lot of you guys know me by Stelaa Starr. Both names are good. And I am here representing Sonora Prevention Works. I'm happy to be here with Luis and everybody else, and just share a little bit about what this event, what we have planned for you guys.
Hi, I'm Lorena Beas. I'm here joining them for the first time at this event. I've been involved in a lot of different community events and different nonprofit things, and I'm going to be accompanying them with sound healing and providing kind of like a safe, quiet space for people during the event.
All right, cool. Hey, thank you guys for joining us today on the podcast. So, how does this is this your guys' first event, or
No, so
there's
this
been
is
a few?
Yeah, so this is actually going to be the 4th annual event for Yuma.
4th annual event for Yuma?
Yes. So initially, International Overdose Awareness Day is something that was built by the community. It started off in 2001. I believe it was in Australia. So since then, it has moved on nationwide, actually globally. So for Yuma, we also have our own evolution where we started this, I believe it was in 2022. We started off at the Heritage Library. So it was something very small. And now moving forward to 2026, We added an awareness walk. We also have memorial activities happening at the river. So we're very excited because there's a lot of new things that we're bringing to the community. That's one. Two, we also have the opportunity to connect with a lot of families and a lot of relatives of people who have lost loved ones to an overdose. So they also built their own committee where they helped organize this year. So it's something completely different from previous years. And I also believe that it's very important because we are reaching the community and the people who are impacted from overdoses.
Real quick, so how did this organization, this event get started? Was it over like a personal experience, or was it just to help out the community that was going through these type of issues like of overdose and stuff like that?
When it comes down to Sonoran Prevention Works, this specific event happened, it began prior to me starting working for this nonprofit. But one of the main reasons is because it aligns with our mission. We really care for people who use drugs. We love people who use drugs. We love everybody, regardless of where they stand.
That's right.
I think it's important for them to be seen, and for people to know that we care for them, because at the end of the day, that those people are also part of our community. So with that being said, we started this event a couple of years back, but because for myself, so I am basically, there's 2 staff here in the Yuma County, and I am one of them. And when the opportunity was offered to me, I realized how many loved ones I've lost due to an overdose. I grew up here in Yuma, so throughout time, going through this epidemic, you realize how much people this epidemic has really impacted, like how many lives, how many families. And I honestly didn't see that there wasn't anything happening. Yes, we shared resources, we shared some information on Narcan, but I think that we need more action, and providing the safe space for people to grieve and show up, and really be able to hold space for one another without any judgment, and overall having that dignity and just showing up overall for their loved one. I think that's important to have as well, and we didn't have that.
Have you so throughout this whole 4 years, how has the has it expanded a lot, like throughout the whole community?
Yes, definitely.
Providing like let's say you have like Narcan that's been used for about 2 years lately.
So the
enough,
Narcan
right?
itself,
It really came out, right? Like,
no,
let's say
so
2 years.
this Narcan has been around for a very long time. I think the issue is that when it comes down to the state of Arizona, we are the 40th state that we basically legalize for people to carry naloxone. So the 48th state, that tells you a lot about how we deal with issues and policies when it comes down to drug use. And I think it's important for people to know that, when it comes down to SPW, we have gave out more than 1 million doses of Narcan, and this is statewide. So we work with 7 different counties in the state of Arizona, and obviously Yuma being one of them. Let alone on 2025, we distribute 150,000 naloxone doses. And then we helped reverse 6,000 overdoses.
Being a border town and being so close to Baja and Sonora, and still to this day, drugs are easily crossed, and they're still being crossed throughout all forms. They always find a way to cross them, and for a while, people were getting those bad batches, and it's been really bad for like the past I would say 3 years. From what I remember, it was like when I first heard about Narcan, it was in LA, because a lot of people were doing those heavy drugs out there, and they were pretty much passing out, ODing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I first heard about Narcan, and and how some people get mad after they come back to life. Like, hey, you know, like for instance, the comedian, what's his name? What was it? Andy Dick, I believe. He had an OD and he had Narcan, and he got pissed off, and he's like, "Why'd you remind me?" You know, like he said that, it's like, "Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?"
Yeah. So
You know,
I think two good points to make. So the first one is drugs have always been part of this nation, whether we want to, you know, view it that way or not. That is the reality. We go through different epidemics. And right now we're going through a fentanyl epidemic, and it has been going on for many years. I could think back before I got into this line of work with my friend, because I want to remind you that Narcan, it's focused on reversing any opiate overdoses. So that's even including medication. So say for instance, if someone gets the wrong dose, that could also lead to an overdose.
Right,
So
cool.
it's in general opiates. And then two, as far as like the person getting mad, so the person goes straight into withdrawal. So the Narcan is administered, and even the Narcan, there's a certain dose that every Narcan has. And that is the reason why. It's because we want to make sure that we're not causing a withdrawal where it could lead to the person passing from that withdrawal. So that's why oftentimes when people do wake up, one, they don't know what's happening, they don't understand, especially if you're surrounded by so many people that you don't even know, maybe medical assistance, you're gonna go into more likely a panic attack. You are gonna be upset because you more likely don't see the people around, you don't know who the people around you are. And if there's law enforcement presence, that's something else that can also, you know, trigger for people to be upset. But overall, the medication itself, it will cause someone to withdraw. So that is why people wake up, you know, with different ways.
Right.
I've been to like festivals, like music festivals, and they have little booths like that where they offer all this stuff, and I saw it at the hip hop fest up in LA, and it caught my attention. I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And I went up to it, and they're like, they offer everything. I mean, everything. They had Sueros, they had IVs and all that stuff. They had those like by the stacks.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's cool that these places are offering all these things. I mean, it's not cool that they have to do it, you know, but I mean, it's good that they offer these things, because I mean, we can't control people. You know, people are always gonna, you know, do what they want, and you know, some people like to experience different things at concerts, you know, and
right. And I think overall it's just, you know, we can choose to be realistic of the issues that we have as a community and really try to like make a difference, or we could just continue to say that we don't have an issue, but the numbers will keep rising.
Exactly.
You know, and this is why it's important, like, you know, when you mentioned about, you know, what happened in LA, like them having access to Narcan, it's important for people to know that they're going to be able to have that access to the Narcan. Even here in Yuma, I do trainings at least 10 times a month, 10 times a week, depending. The only thing is that because we do have a great connection with people who are either actively using, they're unhoused, whenever there is a change in supply, we're able to identify that by the amount of overdoses that are brought back to us, the numbers, and also by the amount of Narcan that we give out. So that to us, it tells us, okay, there's maybe a strong batch going around. We need to prepare, and we need to make sure that everybody has access to Narcan.
Can I take a look at that so the people can
Yeah, of course.
take a quick look at this? I've never held one before, so. All right, cool.
Show how to administer.
Oh, that is so. It says through your nose. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
so there's actually 2 ways to administer
So
the Narcan.
check it out, guys. This is you guys check it out. This is Narcan right here. It's like a nasal spray,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I also have the intramuscular one.
Oh, so this is.
That's a syringe. It's for
This is the
you're
shot,
aiming
right?
for a muscle. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can show my profile.
Check it out, guys. This is the syringe.
Get
This
the
goes
bag
into
in
one of
there.
your muscles. What about the adrenaline? The adrenaline shot. Have they used those before? Like have you seen the movie ¿Cómo se llama la de?
Please don't talk about the one where they aim for the heart.
Yeah. That's
No,
the one I'm
no.
talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to speak too much about that because I'm not too informed. It's out of my scope. But what I can say that when you do administer the intramuscular one, it's
Yeah,
for
let me
a
know.
muscle. We're not aiming for the heart, nothing like that.
Or any other type
I'm not
of
familiar. I can't speak on if they did at some point. I just know that today we don't do that. There's easier ways for us to administer it. What I can say is that because it is a syringe in this kit here, it gets pushed back a lot in our community. And my personal point of view, not SPW's, I think that we should all be able to understand how to administer, whether the intramuscular naloxone or the nasal one. I have kids at home, my 14-year-old, my 12-year-old, they know how to administer naloxone because it's important. And it's not because we have people, we don't have users within my home, but because we don't know what's out in the community.
Right.
So if my son comes across one, he could save somebody's life. And I think overall, that's what we're forgetting. We're really saving somebody's life. We cannot, change everybody. And we cannot select the life that people live. But we can be humans at the end of the day and show up for one another as a community and try to really take action when it comes down to the overdoses.
And talk to us a little bit more about the event coming up on Saturday. What to expect? Just a little more details on the event for Saturday.
Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit and then I'm gonna let them kind of
Yeah,
share.
definitely,
I don't
yeah.
want to be taking too much space, and I do apologize. That's not. I mean, I
you're
love
good.
talking, but okay. So August 29th, that's the year that that's the day that we're gonna be doing our event this year. So it does land on a Saturday. It's gonna be breaking down into 2 different sections. So the first section, we're gonna start off with a walk. So the walk is going to be starting. The registration is at 6 p.m. to 6:30. This is a free event, so regardless of the registration, that is just to kind of help us keep track of how many people are attending so we could better prepare for next year. So registration 6 to 6:30. At 6:30, we begin walking. We are going to have, do you want to talk a little bit about the bird singers? We're going to be
Yeah, we're just gonna be doing like we have last year and I think the year before that, if I'm not mistaken. But we did have our tribal bird singers bless us with a couple of songs in the beginning, and then they did the walk. So I remember doing the walk when we did it to the wetlands all the way down. That one was really nice because my grandma was like, I want to go in her like motorized cart. She was like, so they were doing it. They were doing it walking, and they were doing the bird singing all the way till they got there. This year, I don't know which area they want to start at, but they are going to be doing it and also closing at the end.
Yeah, so they're going to be joining us for the walk. Usually the whole time that we're walking, that is a way of us basically bringing awareness, within the community to overdoses, because it's very impactful when people are driving by. They see the signs.
Hi, Jojo.
We encourage people to bring shirts of their loved ones. We encourage people to bring appropriate signs, obviously as long as there's no stigma words or anything within that nature. But anything that is to bring remembrance to their loved ones. And then also they could wear a purple shirt if that's what they wish to do. So we start walking at the Heritage Library. We walk all the way down to the river. And then once we come to the river, then we have the memorial activities there. So that is going to be breaking down into from 7 to 9 p.m. And then we start off with the ceremonial blessings with the bird singers again. And then we're going to be having different sections. So we're going to be having different tables. We're going to be having Hep C and HIV testing available for the whole community. We're going to be having a compassion table. So just in case, it is an event where people grieve. It's very emotional. And overall, I think it becomes a safe space because you recognize that the person standing next to you has also lost someone. So it's very impactful. It's very impactful. So we're going to have the compassion table available just in case someone needs to talk to somebody. We're going to have Anna. She has background in counseling, so she's going to be there to assist. And then we're also going to be having Lorena. I don't know if you want to speak a little bit.
Yeah. So I got introduced to this event and the organization through Abolition Yuma County. I work with that organization because they do stuff for the community for free, for people to create safe spaces for them that are grieving through a variety of different things. and I got pretty emotional. Pretty excited about getting invited to be here, because this is it's very sensitive. It's very taboo, and all over the world, there's so many cultures and communities that they're so afraid of creating spaces for death, for people to gather and do, and only selected few cultures actually do, create those spaces. So being in a town like Yuma, a border town with so many communities, and bringing us all together like this and creating this space is powerful.
Yeah.
And it growing the past 4 years, to me, like, I wish I knew about this sooner, because it's, for me, I have people in my family that have OD'd multiple times. They're still here, like, thank God, but they're in recovery. They're in recovery, and I've always been supportive of them, and it's something really, it's personal to me. And in my life, the work that I do for sound healing, why I'm here, why I'm being invited is, part of sound healing and just creating spaces for people is whether someone's grieving or going through mental health issues or they're super stressed out. It's a variety of so many human emotions and experiences, but I've always been a very big, how would you say, I love being there for people. I love creating those spaces for someone to be there in their full-fledged breaking apart, no matter who they are, whether I've met them for the first time or I meet them at a gas station or they're here for my class. But everyone has been through so many different experiences, and this space, being able to be here and support is just, it means a lot. And these are places that I wish people could go and create safe spaces and be more supportive, because everyone needs people in their corner and people to be there to hold them, whether they hold them or just sit there with them and know that they're not alone, whether they lost someone or whether they have people in recovery or they themselves are still struggling. But this space I'll be creating there is going to be next to the community altar. I'm going to have all of my instruments set up, my sound healing instruments, and there'll be mats and blankets set up for people to come and just, they can sit there and be comfortable, they can lay down, they can come and hang out, they can ask me questions. Anyone is welcome to talk to me, express whatever they'd like, but I'm there to be supportive. And I have a couple of my sound healer friends coming to help me to be support as well. So I'm really,
that's so awesome.
I'm really happy. I have quite a bit of people that they want to come and help support, and you guys are just.
I have a quick question about the instruments that you use. How do the sounds, the vibrations and all that, how does that help you heal?
So sound healing is ancient. There's so many different instruments that have been around for all different parts of the world, but
because even just music in general.
Just music
in general helps you.
When someone sings, just by singing, your own voice, you're hearing someone. When someone sings from their heart, genuinely, that already creates so much magic. It creates so much healing for people to resonate, to feel that, and that's that emotional connection people feel with music and singing. So the instruments are just tools. They're tools, and they're made very specifically to be tuned at different frequencies. And all different types. I have sound bowls, I have a gong, I have chimes, I have different shakers, different things that create different soundscapes. So people, because I've been doing sound healing about 5-6 years, and all the instruments, I've gotten feedback in so many different ways from people that felt things in their bodies. They either have emotions that come up, they have memories that come up, and kind of like emotional things that just happen. Or physical things like just coughing, crying, needing to use just your body starts to, how would you say, starts to release. So your nervous system gets to a really calm place if you allow and you breathe and you allow yourself to be there. Some people, I think a lot of people in the world, and even just right now in the busyness, we don't sit down and chill enough. In a very just not having to do anything, zero,
like
and
being
just
more present.
Connecting to your heartbeat and your breath, that it creates so much space for yourself.
Or even opening up at that. There's a lot of people that need baby steps just to open up and
Yeah.
be there and be present. Like we
Yeah.
said, we're gonna have a lot of our professional people and some, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but still, like if we have like the homeless, you say, that are in the area, and it's good for them to get channeled in that way too.
Yeah,
You
'cause
know, introducing it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful introduction, and for me, from my experience and what I've seen in how sound healing spaces is whether you're there close by or whoever is around, that vibration
Yes.
gets sent out, because it's something that we can't
My
see.
mom
with-
has a sound bowl,
we
like
can't
one of
see
those.
with-
It's like a little bowl, right?
We
And it
can
goes
see it.
zzzz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
she has one of those.
We
Yeah.
can't see it with our eyes, but there's soundscapes that happen. Just like with all of these devices in this room, they're emitting all these frequencies right now. Even just all of us talking, we all are emitting different things.
That is so cool.
So we're all
Yeah.
kind of like antennas.
Love it.
So with the sound healing, everyone gets impacted, and for me, like it's like a prayer for me, and I always share sound with a lot of love and for it to expand to all parts, whether everyone's just there in that circle, but it's always for the community.
Love
And I
that.
want
I
it to
really
just
love that.
always
Love
expand.
that.
So I really hope all the
Mhm.
people that are in the area and the town, that day, it
And-
just
And for like in the they have the sweat lodge. The sweat lodge is this really, it's really helpful too.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
helpful and powerful.
I know that the sweat lodge is really powerful, right?
Inner work. It's, you're letting everything out, sweating it out. And things. Yeah.
yeah, and the
I haven't sweat
the
lodge
chants.
in forever, so I don't know.
The singing and the sweat lodges are so powerful, and
Mhm.
it helps people, be calm and be safe and feel connected to themselves and the people out there. I've been doing sweat lodges in Mexico.
Hi, Santana.
for
Hi, Rodrigo.
about 5 years.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I need to go with you.
I
Just-
go the temazcales in
Yeah.
the
You know what,
Aztec
my buddy,
or-
shout out to Saludos Abraham,
yeah.
hasta allá hasta Sonora, compita, en Nogales.
Yeah.
He's part of a Sonoran tribe out there,
Yeah.
and that's where they have the
Sweat lodge, temazcal.
that's where they do the well, I'm not supposed to be talking about that, but I guess Mike Tyson went over there to
Are you talking
experience
about
the toad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he said that they played a lot of their instruments
yeah.
throughout the healing.
Yeah, it's called the Seti tribe, the Conca.
Yeah, yeah.
I went there last year.
Oh, sí,
I
sí,
got
sí. Yeah, yeah. That's the name,
I
Steady
got-
Tribe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
It's like a training
So
ride.
I got
I
invited-
know,
I
right?
got invited to do sound healing there with
Okay.
my other group of women.
Mm.
We took a native elder from the community here named John Makiwa and another older woman that's a beautiful flautist, but we all came as kind of like the musicians, and we call it medicine music with what we do all together because we do it with a lot of love, a lot of intention, and it's not just performing. It's not performing, everything we do is with intention and with prayer for people to
Definitely.
receive and to heal. So going out there was incredible because I got to
That's
see a
amazing.
very
Right.
different type of community that's completely cut off from normal society. You lose signal 30 minutes out of getting to the town. No signal the whole time. But yeah, they have the sweat lodges, they have the toad medicine, they have there's so many different types of elders and people that have been through so much there, but they all have so much medicine in them. The women, the men, the children, they all just live so differently. And I met very beautiful souls there.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
it was a beautiful experience. Coming back after that was a very
Shocking.
shocking and okay because they need a lot of resources. Yeah, the
Like
tribe out
cultural
there.
shock.
They need a lot of stuff, and I got to witness people that have substance abuse issues. That's because the cartel's involved, all that stuff. So those communities are everywhere, even where all the medicine is, even where all these shamans and medicine women are. These environments they're everywhere, so they're mixed. So yeah.
Love
And
it.
some of the going back to going back to like use and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things is pharmaceuticals. Because I mean, you go to a doctor and you're like, you know what, this hurts. this hurts, and they give you a certain amount of pills for like a certain amount
Yeah.
of time, right? And then after that, I mean, well, you get hooked on those, but I mean, let's say the pain never leaves and stuff like that, and they get. I mean, I think those are the biggest ones that have taken a lot of people out too, like the pills in a way a
Yeah.
little bit.
And we actually
Yeah.
just went through an epidemic with that, you know, and that's what I meant earlier by saying like drugs have always been part of this nation, regardless of where we want to see it that way or not, but the evidence is there. We went through the epidemic, and then we transitioned into the fentanyl epidemic, which is still opiates at the end of the day. But sadly, you know, we just have to continue to show up for our community and just kind of see what's out there. How can we support? Because there's always changes. There's always changes within drugs.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just depending. I mean, I wish we didn't have to go through this, right? Especially we're losing people so close to us, our community members. Every time we lose someone, everybody gets impacted through it.
Yes. Especially now, I just wanted to say it has a lot, like, we're aware of it and we know, but a lot of it having to do with the teenagers and the kids, you know, and it's very important, like, you know, doing your podcast and everything for those uncomfortable conversations that you need to have in your house with your children and your teenagers, you know, when like we talk about it, you know, in our works and stuff, but it's very vital and important that you talk about it with your kids and let them know at least what it is, you know, and they come in all different forms, you know, so it's sad that it's like that. And then, like I said, I love it because they meet them exactly where they're at. But there's a lot, you know, like I said earlier, that, you know, get sent out into treatment homes, into rehabs, and you think that everything's good, and those rates are going high too. You know, there's a lot of people that OD in the rehab houses. Once that access is up, they're just dropping them off in deserts. Like, it's very serious, you know, and especially, you know, with you know, cultures, our Native Americans, you know, Hispanics, and that's just the truth about it.
Yes.
So, you know, that's very important for that. But yeah, I just wanted to get that, you know, in there with
My
the
neighbor,
kids.
my buddy's he's tapped in right now on the podcast. Thank you for watching, bro. he experienced recently. He says that he experienced recently an overdose at Circle K, and some guy had a Narcan, and he got him with the Narcan a little bit, and you know, it says he brought him back until the EMT showed up.
That is amazing.
So that's cool, you know. Hey, they're reaching out there with them. People are out there with these, you know, this help, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Myra, tell us the last time you had to administer, or is that a little too personal?
No, I can actually share it.
Let's go.
It was a year ago. So I was actually out in the community and I was providing services. So we actually carry this little bag right here. I don't know if you can show it.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
So this little bag right here, it's very meaningful to me because I carry all my little tools here. This is like a first aid kit for me when I'm out there providing outreach services.
Kelvin?
So we have the Narcan. I'm gonna show a little bit of stuff. We have gloves. We have CPR masks because I think that we don't give a lot of credit to the CPR mask, and they're also as important. So if you guys haven't seen a CPR mask, this is one, and then I can open it really quick because this is my personal, so it's going back into my bag. I try to save. Well, it's important to save everything.
I had to use one of those when I was working at the prison.
Wow.
Yeah. The dude was, you know, he was coughing out blood and stuff like that, and you know, I just had it was really hard to administer that at that time.
Yeah, no, and I think, you know what, I think it's very shocking when you're doing it. Well, my personal experience, I was on survival mode when that happened. So I didn't, like, I have to pause after the whole event and just kind of acknowledge what I had gone through. Because you're saving somebody's life. I mean, I guess I
believe it or not, there's ODs in prison.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's ODs in prison, yeah.
So this is a CPR mask. This part right here, which is a bigger size, it goes into the mouth. I don't want to say too much about how to administer it. I could do it if anyone needs any training on how to administer either the intramuscular or the nasal. I'll be more than happy to assist you guys. You guys can message me through Facebook, or you guys could check out our website under Sonoran Prevention Works. We have the times of the sites where people could go, and then I will be there myself to train you guys. But anyways, so going back to the overdose, it was like a regular day.
Right.
And at this time, I was working evenings. So this was around one of my sites, and it was super, super busy. I think it was around April, so it was starting to get a little hot because even that has a big impact on overdoses. The heat makes everything worse. When people are under any type of drugs, it just makes it worse. That is the reality. So please give out water, man. If you see anyone who's unhoused or you feel that they're in need of something, please just offer water. That's the best thing we can do right now. Support one another in that way. But anyway, so yeah, it was a regular Tuesday. At this point, I have been doing this close to 5 years already. So a lot of the people that are unhoused or are participants, they know that I'm out there, they know my schedule, so they will show up and, you know, look for me if they need anything. This person was not a participant. It was someone who knew that I was going to be there. And they showed up, they asked me if I had Narcan, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting ready to do a training. And he tells me, no, the reason why I'm asking is because I have somebody overdosing in the car. I ran towards the car. I realized that I didn't have my little bag. I ran back, I grabbed my bag. And I want to say the whole thing because I think it's important. When I ran towards the passenger side because I saw that the door was open. When I ran to the passenger side, the person who was there basically told me, he gave me directions. You know what, he's not here, he's on the other side. So I ran across. Look, I'm already getting shaky. It's a very tough thing to talk about. And I also want to say trigger warning before I forgot to say that. So trigger warning. So anyways, I go around the vehicle, and the person who was overdosing, there was already, you know, foam coming out. The breathing was very slow. So when I tried to basically ask the other person for help to help me get this person out of the car, they were gone. There was no one to be around. So I don't even know how I got on survival mode. I got this person off. I laid him flat on the ground. I grabbed my phone. I dialed 911. I put it on speaker. And I had my bag, but I only had the intramuscular one. My experience, even though I have done so many trainings, I was a little shaky when I was trying to.
I was about to ask, were you nervous?
Yes, I was. But I had the nasal spray, so what I did, I administered the nasal first, CPR, chest compression, mouth to mouth. At this point, I'm over here talking to medical assistants, and I think at that point, I'm trying to save this person's life. Don't ask me shit. Get over here. So that is, you have basically controlled the situation. You understanding that, no, you cannot answer 20 questions because you're dealing with a real life situation. So I basically told them, look, this is where I'm at. I feel like somebody's going through an overdose. Please send assistance. Boom. That was it. So anyways, I administered the first dose, CPR, chest compression, and then I administered a second dose after 2 minutes because our policy is within 2 minutes. So I administered the second dose, and by that time I'm still doing CPR, and I was just like not trying to lose this person. But then I heard the ambulance coming. My participants, they stood with me. One thing about people who are out in the streets, if you take care of them, they're gonna take care of you, and they're gonna show you love. I think it's just because I treat everybody with respect, and I show up maybe when there's a need, I don't know, but I have a really good bond with people who, my participants, and they stood right there. So they stood by me, they helped me. What do you need, Myra? Give me this, give me that. So even the guy that was helping me at the time, this is how real it is when you're out in the streets. He was over here helping me reverse this person, this overdose. He left his bike. Somebody came up on his bike.
Wow.
We were able to buy him one through the organization.
That's good.
But it's just how little things that are very real that people forget that they go through when they're out in the streets.
And how fast it happened.
And how fast it happened. So anyways, going back to the overdose. So that happened. I heard medical assistance. So I still continue to do CPR because you still have to continue to do it. I was keeping track of the time, trying to see if I had to administer a third dose. I didn't have to. They showed up. They started asking me all kinds of questions. And the good thing is that under the state of Arizona, we do have a law that is called the Good Samaritan Law. So it protects you regardless of the outcome of the situation. So say for instance, if when you administer naloxone, if the outcome is that there is, a passing, it doesn't affect you because as a Good Samaritan, you're trying to
help the person out.
Yes, and I think that's important for people to.
Right?
Yeah, and it's important for people to know that because a lot of the
They
times.
actually got that law passed.
Yes, so
So law
we help
interventions.
pass that law. Also with legalizing, not legalizing, but making sure that people was open to the public to carry the naloxone. That's something else that we help with Sonoran Prevention Works. So I have the card here that just kind of gives information about the Good Samaritan law, what to do. Another thing is that they can't search you. And basically when they showed up, I told them, look, my name is this, I work for this organization, I administer the Narcan, I administer 2 doses, I don't want to do a report, I don't want to be involved in anything,
Right.
because I didn't want this dude to get charged. I don't want them to try to use my statement against him. He came back, he was pissed, and it's just part of the withdrawal. He didn't even know what was going on. And I remember the cop was just like, he shook my hand, he said, thank you, have a good day. I packed all my shit and I was gone. I called it a day. I called it a day. I'm like, this is it.
You did your thing, you did the right thing, and
Yeah.
that's what, that's past, because some people will be like, no, well, you did this to the person while, was going through it, and it's because of your fault. They're always trying to blame someone, but
Right.
that's cool that law passed,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it could happen so quick. I made a very long story, but within this time frame, I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So, like, time is everything when you're reversing an overdose, when you're administering naloxone. And just knowing that it could happen any time of the day, anywhere. Like, someone in the messages, in the comments that they mentioned that they administer naloxone at a Circle K. It's just real. It's better for us to educate one another, to understand what's happening in our community, and to understand how to take care of it if we do come across it. That is like the best thing to do,
Real quick, on Saturday's event, you're gonna have all this available for the people that somebody asked for here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everything's gonna be open to the public.
Yeah.
Within, if
Because like
people,
you said, like for instance, like my neighbor, he shared the story. He's like, I would like to have one just in case.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We
cool.
have a lot of doses ready for that day. We have the nasal and then we have the intramuscular. So we train people on how to feel comfortable using both, but we give them the option to take whatever they feel more comfortable with. So that's something else. But they can find that in the SPW table. So Sonoran Prevention Works table, because we're gonna be having different stations. So the sound.
And you know what, real quick, there's certain areas here in town, like we have Okie Town, which is like the main part of Yuma, where a lot of the stuff is out there.
Goes down.
Just be real, just saying.
This is an undisclosed area location, but around this area, there's a few of those issues too. I think it would be cool or it would be helpful, actually, I would say, to have somebody like around the neighborhood to have all these things available too. Like, let's say, hey, you know what, the cops ain't here. I mean, the ambulance ain't getting here quick enough. Call certain person over here has the tools you need, everything, all the equipment you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be helpful. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Of safe houses or people.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
have
like a safe house
little
that has like a little backpack like that. Yeah.
And then the thing is also going back to like understanding the type of city or county that we
The
use.
area
Right?
you're
This
at,
is
yeah.
a conservative town. So a lot of the times when services like that are offered, they're pushed back because we rather. I don't want to talk shit.
Yeah,
but we believe in one program for all, and that's just not the reality. I'm just sorry to say that.
No, this
Everybody-
is unfiltered. We can
Me
speak your mind,
personally, my point. I'm getting comfortable now. I'm like, hold on.
This is the
shoot.
spot.
Hold on.
Hold on.
This is why it's called Offbeat and Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Just speak your mind.
So like me personally, with my own recovery, I think mine is just different because I started using at a very young age. I started using when I was 13 years old. My teenage years, they were so intense. They were different. I see my kids now, and I'm blessed that I could give them a different life.
Exactly.
But for myself, I went through so much things that I look back at it and I'm like, it's insane, Anyways, but because of that, I ended up here within this line of work. And my recovery, it's mine at the end of the day. I have a lot of friends who are NA and AA, shout out to them, that works for them. That program works for them, and I see a lot of people turning their life around.
And Sab J,
with
thank you.
those
God bless
programs.
you too. Saludos.
That's
Saludos,
just not
carnal.
for me, My program was just a little bit different. It was more individually. Even till this day, I'm still working on myself. there's a lot of things that I have improved. There's a lot of things that I still need to improve, but it's just mine, you know, and that works for me. So,
here's the question, and being legal now here in Arizona, California, and the only place where it's not legal is in Texas. The cannabis use.
do we
I
agree
would
with
say,
it?
I was trying to word it. Yeah, I was trying to word
Is
it quick.
it
But
legal?
I mean, I always ask, oh well, are you California sober? I would say, are you Cali sober?
Yeah.
Because I do have my medical card.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do have pains from I used to fight, and I also have 2 left feet. You know.
Yeah. I
And
think,
cannabis. I mean, is it an alternative or I would say CBD for people also to like kind of like heal or get
Thank
the
you, Judy.
edge, like
Thank you,
not
two
the edge, but kind of
amigas.
like
God bless you, Judy.
calm that feeling, that urge.
yeah. So again, going back to my personal point of view, not SPWs, I have to say that because
Yes.
people will be on that shit. Anyways, so I think for myself, my personal point of view is just you do whatever you think is best for you. I can't tell you what works for you and what doesn't because at the end of the day, I feel like you understand what works for you. Like me personally, if it's like from time to time, it's not my cup of tea. Like cup of tea. Like me, I'm more like into working out now. I do different stuff to like maintain myself, you know, just releasing, I guess. So that helps me out. But I do have a lot of friends that do it, and then hey, what can I do? Like that's them. Shout out to them. If that's what they like to do, they're not harming anybody. I mean, I really don't have to.
Some people consider it as well. Obviously,
Substance abuse.
the government would
Oh,
say,
yeah.
or what they taught us in school. It's a gateway. Do you guys consider that as a gateway, or is it more of a medicine? Because I consider it's for me, it's a healing medicine. This is my girlfriend, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good.
So to me, honestly, I see it as medicine. I
Mhm.
see it like as a way
Yes.
that people are gonna, you know, use it to release, and that's them. Honestly, going back to the war on drugs, that tactic was made to target communities, marginalized communities, people of color, and I think that's also important to recognize, because when it comes down to criminalization with drugs, people of color, they end up hiding more times in prison
Yes.
or with a bigger sentence than people who are not color.
That's
And
right.
is just,
Palmyra.
you know, and those are facts. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like look it up. Come back with the sources.
And also, going back to the sound. Also, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
With marijuana, like I see it as medicine as well, but I think there's so many other forms of medicine that people
Yes.
forget about, like the sun, the grass,
Right.
air, exercise, and not everybody has access to like really good supplements and stuff that like just different types of like minerals, different types of minerals, magnesium, teas, adaptogenic mushrooms. Those are stuff that help people.
Thank you,
regulate their
Calvin.
nervous
Yes, in
system,
all of the surrounding
regulate
areas
all
in
different
town.
types of things, and not everybody has access to that stuff. So that's part of like why I like.
Hi,
to do
Melissa
community
Hammond.
events,
Thank you for
to do
joining the
stuff in
live.
the community for free, or offer things where people can get outside. People can come sit down and relax, ask questions, do yoga. I'm a yoga instructor as well.
And I was about to bring that up, and that's why I was like,
Yeah,
yoga's
I've
a
been
good-
teaching- I started
good way to do
before
that.
sound healing. I started teaching yoga. It's Kundalini yoga. It's a little bit more esoteric,
Mhm.
a little bit more meditative, a lot of breath work, and these are
hot
all
yoga.
things. These are all things that people can do on their own in like 30 seconds to a minute that can like just reboot their brain really quick.
Yeah.
And these are things that like I try and teach people in these free classes, because whether you take that for you or you can show it to somebody.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
that's
these
true.
are things that can just help you with like little minute where
Mhm.
you're pissed, you're feeling anxious, or you're struggling with your mental health, or you're in your recovery.
Right.
Also
These are-
working
these are
out.
Working
Yeah,
out.
going for a run, a
very big
walk.
on working out.
And yoga's cool. Yoga's dope.
Yeah.
Especially I've heard that hot yoga.
Yeah,
Doing the hot yoga, you get rid of like the toxins in your body, and also you're stretching
you
and
sweat so
yeah.
much out. You sweat all the impurities.
and all this is good stuff for people that get the edge. Like for instance, that was the MMA fighter Diego Sanchez a while back, and he went through a process of recovery and stuff like that too. And he got into hot yoga. That's why I brought up the hot yoga, saying that, you know what, I had to go through a process where I had to get all that toxins, all that shit out of my body. So they put me through a hot yoga, and yeah, it's very helpful. Hot yoga.
Yeah, you come out feeling really like light. You feel lighter. You feel like you just like released a lot.
Mhm.
Whether maybe your mind was racing, but because it's hot and all the movement, you kind of just unplug from your brain, you know, for that hour, and you feel so much better.
And also reaching out to people, you know, out to the community, like you guys are, you know, out there in the community doing good work like this, and sometimes like people don't really want to go out and work out or do these other activities. Some people just want to, hey, reach out to a person and talk. Hey, do you have a time? Like a sponsor, right? They call them sponsors, right? Yeah. Or just a friend,
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a moment real quick? You know, I just want to talk to you, this and that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I again, you know, I think it just depends on what type of program the person is looking for,
Right.
and also what type of support they are offered, because there's so many ways. You know, once you start, well, I have been sober from certain drugs for more than 7 years.
Yes.
So like to me, it's just different. The way that I kind of deal with my stuff is that I also give back to the community. That's why I'm always very active. On top of that, I do have ADHD, but I don't take any medications. That's just not me. Like, I try to stay away from that. I rather work out, do something else that keeps my brain busy. And oftentimes, that's why I get involved with a lot of stuff, because my brain is asking for it. But I also hit a point where I'm just like, okay, I need to step back. I need to recharge. And I'm burned out. And I also give that to myself. I acknowledge what my body's telling me. And that has helped me keep my mind straight. On top of that, shout out to my homegirl, Rania, but going out to box with her, that has really helped me out.
Oh yeah, boxing's great.
That's like a
great.
whole another level of workout, you know? Like,
It's a whole different workout, stress relief. You know. It definitly, you definitely feel great.
Muhammad Ali over here.
I'm just a little slow.
Oh yeah, shout out to what's her name?
Rania, or who?
Yeah, the
Holy
instructor, Holy Land Boxing. Yeah, shout out to Holy Land Boxing. Yeah, that's what's up. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? He told me about Holy Land Boxing.
Yeah, and you know what? She's also like a very big part of my emotional support system, because even when I'm working out, like I'm over here hitting the bag and I'm talking shit the whole time, and she's like, yeah, but she never
let it out, let it out.
She'll be like, hold on, do it again, and I'm like, hold on, girl, like I'm
She's not recording.
Yeah, so even those conversations, like, I even call her in the middle of the night, or I'll message her like, hey, I'm going through this, and she helps me bounce back. Even McSavvy too. You know, since me and her, like, since we met, we clicked like right away. And you know, just kind of showing up in different spaces or in different ways, like it really helps you also heal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I also think like with you, it seems like the way that you heal for yourself is also too caring for other people.
Yes.
And that's just like the way that I identify myself. Like we are healers, come in different ways.
Yes.
So even though you don't want to like say it or you don't understand it, it's important to know that if you have a call, if you have an idea, it's for a purpose. Obviously, if it's a good idea. But if you have a motive, if you want to start something up, start it. Yeah. Like start that shit up, because maybe it's something that the community
You hear that, guys?
needs, and it's something that is going to benefit other people. And at the end of the day, everybody is an expert within their own reality and within their own, you know, background and lived experience. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop talking.
And us, you know, real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. You're on a roll here.
Prideful, you know, like we don't like to reach out. Like, no, I'm just gonna keep it into myself. You know, I'm just gonna keep it in real quick. And if you, what if I'm gonna hit up the homo real quick? Man up, fool. Man up real quick. Man up.
That's
you going through it?
That's how.
Nah, you know what? Nah, dog, you know, chill. Guys, chill, dudes. Chill, fools. You know, don't be afraid, fools, to reach out. All right, guys, don't be afraid to reach out. You know, to even a stranger. You know, maybe you feel like, hey, your homie, your friend is gonna, you know, say, hey, man up, or give you like, you know, the hard knocks. You know, they call them the hard knocks. Hit up a stranger real quick and be like, hey, you know what, can I talk to you real quick? Or go to your, I don't know if you're religious, go hit up your, you know, your local religious spot, you know?
Yeah.
But, hey, dudes, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. You know, to your I'm talking about man, because women always reach out to each other more. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they could reach out to each other. They could feel like more. You know. But man is like more like I'm just gonna go through it by myself. You know. But don't be afraid to reach out, guys. You know, don't be afraid.
I was raised by brothers, so I kind of know how to meet certain, areas like that. I'm like, why do I always gotta, meet men too that are say things like that? And I'm like, it's okay for you guys to open up, and we need to shine a lot more light onto that though. Yeah. But what I really liked at going back to the event was surprisingly seeing people that you wouldn't even think would tell their stories. They went up to the mic, they were speaking about their journeys and recoveries, and they felt comfortable because there wasn't counselors, there wasn't people trying to get them into recovery. It was just like a safe space. So we really admire that, and that's why it's growing a little bit more every year.
I wanted to share something about with the event, because I have different communities of people I work with, whether it's here in town and then in Mexico too. I'm really involved with the shaman and his wife. Shout out Ale and Soro. I love you guys so much.
Shout out Ale.
They've been part of my people in my journey, my healing journey. But they do the mezcales and ceremonies and stuff. So a lot of the people that come to them are in recovery, or they've been in recovery, or they're trying to get through substance abuse, mental health. And I've met a lot of people, helping a lot of people in San Luis, Mexico. Not all of them can cross, some of them can, and I invited some of them to the event because they told me that they've lost for overdose. I have a close friend, Sergio, and a couple others from his tribe, from his crew, that we all work together. We all support one another when there's events or just kind of group hangouts, but we try and include as many people that whether they're in recovery or they're on stuff, but they're still included. You're not going to be excluded because you're going through it right now. You're allowed to be in these safe spaces. You're not excluded, and that's why I love the communities I've met out in Mexico, and I'm glad some of them are coming because they want to come.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
And, volunteer. So I'm really excited they're coming.
And then another thing I also want to add on, this year, I know I probably said this earlier, but it's important for me to give the light to the people who are behind, this movement this year. Because we have a lot of community members involved, making decisions, bringing up ideas, sharing what they want to see, sharing what they don't want to see. So at the end of the day, I think, yes, we are Sonora Prevention Works. Myself, I'm representing that organization. But at the end of the day, we aim to reach the community who is really impacted by losing someone through an overdose and letting them lead. That is the whole purpose of creating these events.
Yes.
That's great. Look, we have right now, real quick, we have some of our buddies from San Luis, Mexico, tapping in too, and they have a podcast out there too, and it's called Obsesión del Más Allá. They're tapping in, and they're reaching, maybe their friends are watching too, and
it's amazing.
From San Luis, and that's cool. That's cool.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, shout out to San Luis, Mexico. Yeah.
Shout out Slavy.
I go over there from time to time to get my tattoos, or I'll go on this.
Okay.
So but yeah,
I go with my church.
So real quick, where can because we are reaching the top of the hour real quick. And it flew by, right? And you're like, I just want to do half an hour, just 30 minutes. It flew so quick.
No, you didn't give me a time, Luis. No.
You want to plug in the event, your guys' social media? This is the moment right now to plug all that in, guys.
Okay, so International Overdose Awareness Day, August 29th, here in Yuma. We're going to start off with a walk. Registration is from 6 to 6:30. The walk starts at 6:30 p.m. at the Heritage Library, 3rd Street, 3rd Avenue, I believe. We're going to be walking from the Heritage Library towards downtown to the river. If you don't want to be part of the walk, or if you can't be part of the walk, then we're going to have a second section, which is the memorial activities from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to have guest speakers. Savvy's going to be...
I'm going to go ahead and be a guest speaker. So we kind of touched some bases last year too. You guys want to hear? You guys got to come to the event.
Yes, and then we're also going to be having Lorena with the station.
Yeah. So I'll be having the sound healing station. I'm going to have a handful of different sound healers / musicians. We all do a variety of different things, but we're going to be creating just a calm atmosphere for people to sit down and rest and just have a moment for themselves, because we're going to be right next to the altar where there'll be candles and pictures.
Okay, so there's candles
and things set up, so you can lay down, you can maybe take a nap if you want, because I'll be playing the sound bowls. So
Oh, that's
if
cool.
If you need to just take a moment,
People
I'm
could
gonna-
take the picture
I'm
and
gonna
candle
do
and
that.
stuff like that to the altar.
Yes,
Cool.
and with Lorena, her station is gonna be available through the whole time of the
Dope.
event. So anytime people are feeling any type of emotional distress, or they just want to get familiar with sound healing, they can reach out to her station.
Dope.
And then for stations, we're also gonna have the SPW table, which will be offering Hep C, HIV testing. We're gonna be offering any Narcan or naloxone training. We're also gonna be giving it out to the community free of charge. Everything is free of charge. We're gonna be having food, pollo al disco.
Nice. Heck
We
yeah.
have to keep it a little Mexican in there, you know. So rice, beans.
It's always
Shout out to my
bomb.
husband.
Heck
He's
yeah.
gonna be doing the cooking.
What up, Oscar?
And
gonna be
Ruben
good.
too. And Ruben too. And then we're also gonna be having, so for the altar, this is like the most pictures that we have gotten submitted. We have 105 pictures.
Wow.
Sadly, that's the number that we have. But
Right.
it also means that we're reaching more community.
Reaching
who
more
are being
people.
impacted
Heck.
through
Right.
this. Names, we have 145 names submitted. So we do name reading at the end of the
Oh,
event.
okay.
The altar is open for everybody to go.
And that's people that have passed.
that have passed
Yes.
through
Okay.
an overdose. Yes. So the whole time, the altar is open for everybody.
We also have some arts and crafts stations too for the kids. There are going to be a lot of knickknacks there. They're going to be giving out, little things here and there. So that's going to be good. Water stations. And I do want to shout out the Kokopah tribe too that also donated. And our councilman, Mr. Neal, also ADAP. Shout out to Kokopah ADAP. They're also another resource. They're going to have a table there as well. So you guys stop by. And I know it's like a moment, that we're all going to be feeling like that way, but we're gonna do little exercises where everybody's gonna get comfortable, but overall we're gonna have a good time at the end of the day. Some were just like, hey, it was a good time just to mingle with people and just like see familiar faces, and then the crew behind it also feels such a like load lifted because we got accomplished with everything that you did every year. So big round of applause for the IOAD community committee and Myra and Sonora Preventions. But yeah, thank you.
And then we also have, I forgot, CMS, LEAF, I remember.
CMS.
So we're gonna have LEAF, CMS, they're gonna be talking about the services that they offer. And honestly, we work very closely with them. Anyone who's struggling with any opioid use that would like to get more information on how to get on methadone or Suboxone, LEAF will be there. They honestly, from my own personal experience, I can see that they're transitioned pretty quick, so they'll be able to give resources to the people who need it. So they're also there. Let me see. I'm making sure I don't forget anything. I think that's
you
pretty-
got it, girl.
Yuma County Abolition. I know I was forgetting something.
She's right
Shout out to
there.
Yuma County Abolition. So they have always, if you guys don't follow them on social media, please follow them. They do a lot of the community work here. They're very
Go out there, give them a follow,
grassroots.
guys.
So a lot of the times, they remain anonymous. And they do a lot of the background work, but it's important for people to know what they're doing. They're also going to be tabling there and just talking about their services. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a beautiful event. If you have any type of connections, you've lost someone, or you know someone, show up. There's a very high chance that you'll see their picture there. You'll be actually surprised how many people are there.
Hey, well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
It's really cool. Thank you. And I'm glad you came out finally.
I
Finally
know,
came out to the
I know.
podcast. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I'll be here later on to
McSavvy,
talk
thank
about
you.
other stuff.
Thank you. You already
Coming on the
know.
podcast.
Some of their
Lorena,
coordinating
thank you
issues.
for coming on the podcast. Nice
Muchas
to meet you.
gracias.
Thank you. Thank you. Heck yeah, it was real. It was real informative for the community. True Breed. What up, True Breed? He said, Yuma and
What
all
up, True
surrounding
Breed?
areas need people who give a fuck. He said,
That's right.
thank y'all for standing up. Thank you for doing the good work. That's what's up,
that's
True.
You're
amazing.
welcome.
Shout out, True Breed. Much love, brother.
Thank you.
Heck
Thank
yeah.
you guys.
Make sure you guys go check out the event, all right? It's going to be Saturday. What time does it start?
August 29th, 6 p.m. for the walk, 7 p.m. for the memorial at the river.
That's right. And if you guys don't have t-shirts or anything, our family too will be handing out purple ribbons. So we're going to be giving them to everybody there.
All right, guys, that was Offbeat and Unfiltered Podcast on a Wednesday. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, share, subscribe, all right? Take a shower, brown power. Peace.
Hey. Bye.